Welcome to our second class of strategic marketing. Today we are going to talk about consumer behavior and the objectives of this lesson. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand and influence consumer decisions. So that is the aim of it. So we are going to talk about consumer behavior. What is it and why is it very important? The study of how individuals make decisions to spend their resources on consumer-related items is what is called consumer behavior. Consumer behavior is very important because it helps marketers tailor strategies to meet consumer needs and preferences. You know, there are so many consumers in the market with their preferences. For you to fit yourself, you should know their behavior, to know the factors that influence them, and why do they choose other products more than the others. So today, you can also even ask yourself, why consumers buy this product and they don't buy the other product? What are the things that influence them? These are the most important things that you should learn today. And before I proceed, I may ask you, what do you think are the factors that influence consumer behavior? Can you say something? We are going to see some of the factors that influence consumer behavior. The first one is psychological factors. Under these factors, we are going to see motivation. So motivation is what drives consumers to fulfill their need. For example, a person might buy a gym membership to achieve their fitness goals. That is what is motivation. Somebody wants a fitness. So that one motivates them to do what they want. They want to be strong. They want fitness. So these are what motivates them. Motivation is a psychological factor. The second factor is the perceptions. How consumers interpret information is what is called perception. For example, a luxury brand might be perceived as high quality and prestigious. In South Sudan here, things that are most expensive, people associate the prices with the quality. So perceptions is one of the most important factors that influence consumer behavior. A second part of the psychological factors is learning. Past experiences influence future behavior. For example, somebody might have bought something and it felt that the goods that he has bought is not worth the amount that he spent on. So that one will change that person behavior. So a positive experience with a brand can lead to repeated purchase, and a negative experience with the brand will lead to a negative purchase. People will not just come for that brand; they will be even be campaigning in the brand itself. So the fourth factor, psychological factor, is belief and attitudes. Belief and attitude shape how consumers feel about the product. For example, a consumer who value sustainability might prefer eco-friendly product. The same, a consumer that wants a durable goods will buy things that will last long. So these are beliefs and attitudes. So motivations, perception, learning, belief, and attitude are psychological factors that influence consumer behavior. The second category of factors that influence consumer behavior is social factors. Number one of the social factors is the family. Family members can influence buying decisions. For instance, parents often decide on household purchases, what to eat, what kind of furniture to brought home. That is a family decision. So the children, they are influenced by the family factors. The second social factor is the reference groups. Group that a group that individual identify with can impact their choice. For example, a teenager might buy a particular brand of sneakers because their friend wear them. So it's the second social factor. The third one is the role and the status. A person's role in society can affect their buying behavior. For example, a business executive might purchase high-end suit to reflect their professional status. So the social factors are family, reference group, role and the individual role and its status. The third factor in this one is the cultural factors. Among the cultural factors, we are talking about the culture. A culture is a set of values and norms shared by a group of people, is what is called a culture. For example, in some cultures, gifting during festival is a common practice, influencing purchase patterns. And that's why you see some like during in the Ramadans, when the Ramadan ends, the last day people will bring gifts to their loved ones. So that one influence purchasing pattern, and people will buy a lot. Like those cultures, like what you see in the United States, they call the Black Friday. People buy a lot of good things there. So it become a culture. Subculture is also another factor. Subgroup within a culture within distinct values. For instance, the vegetarian influence the demand for plant-based products. Those who don't eat meat. So if they are very many, then they influence the demand for plant-based products. Social class is also another factor, cultural factor. Further, economic and social position can affect the buying behavior. Higher social classes might prefer luxury goods. For example, the rich they buy luxury goods, and the poor, the middle one, they buy the other goods. So these are the cultural factors that influence consumer behavior. Now we are going to see another important part of consumer behavior. This part that we are going to see is very important, and it is about consumer decision making process. What are the process? Now the process that the consumers do is number one is problem recognition, information search, evaluation of the alternatives. So consumer compare different product or brand. For instance, comparing features and prices of various smartphone is evaluation. Consumer decision making process. We have also purchase decisions for purchase behavior. I think we are almost running out of time. So, but these are things that we may discuss in our next lesson. Now, can we break into 4 small groups? And we have to analyze our company of our choice uses consumer behavior insight to market its product. We'll spend 30 minutes on this group discussion, and later we will come for presentations. So in this second lecture, we have covered an introduction to consumer behavior, factors influencing consumer behavior, and the consumer decision-making process. You can ask me any question regarding this topic. I am available. I will answer your question. Thank you very much.